The U.S. Postal Service might not deliver mail on Labor Day, but I sure will. Welcome back, everybody, to 10-Minute Mailbag. Set 4 edition? Question mark? It might have a little bit to do with Set 4. The questions are not necessarily specific or geared to Set 4, but we're going to use Set 4 maybe for one or two of these questions here. Bangers again, as usual. In 10-Minute Mailbag, I, kdjTV, take you, the viewers' questions, and I answer them in length, in full, in depth, to give you guys, hopefully, an all-encompassing answer to the questions that have been pressing on your mind. The goal: create conversations, start conversations, obviously help you answer your questions as well. We like to talk in the comment section about these things, so make sure you comment down below your questions and maybe even your opinions on some of the things we talk about. Also, every day we are inching closer to 2,000 YouTube subscribers. Holy crap. Thank you. If you guys help me get to 2K, we will do a giveaway of some sort. Still haven't decided what that is, but help me get to 2K and we can make it all happen. All right, on to question number 1. All right, ladies and germs, we have put 10 minutes on the old iPhone. The clock is ready to go. So in 3, 2, 1, change up. All right, start. The first question comes from Zen Master. Zen, how are you today? What's one thing you would change in MLB The Show 23? I preloaded my screen to be ready for this question, because the one thing I would change in MLB The Show 23 is the insane amount of offline grinding. You guys might immediately jump to 97s everywhere suck. You guys might automatically jump to the content's been bad. I think so much of our disdain for content, whether we realize it or not, stems from the ungodly grinds we have to do for bad cards. I think if the content remained exactly what it is now, and the grinds were scaled to the value or potential of the cards, we would have less to say. For example, let's say Team Affinities were still all 97s. The grind took a third as long. I think we'd get a lot less complaining. Instead, we're doing grinds that probably should warrant 99 overalls. But we're not getting that. And then the secondary part of it is that there are a lot of offline players who play this game. For them, this situation works a lot better, because they're going to play offline anyway. So they will achieve these things by doing, theoretically, mostly their day-to-day gameplay. And I'm not trying to speak for all offline players. If I am wrong, please correct me down below. But for someone like myself, not even speaking in a competitive sense, but just for someone like myself who prefers to play online, I buy this game to play online. I don't buy this game to play offline. For someone who plays as much online as I do, I have to now take a break from my online. Not touch it, because I have to go offline to do all this grinding. I think in a perfect world, this game would be set up so that we leave everything currently available to offline people alone. Meaning, keep it as is. If anything, you could add to it. Certainly don't take away. But an addition to grinding these programs via online gameplay needs to be made. Chev made a great point this weekend. He said it several times. I'm not taking credit for this. I'm just regurgitating his opinion. He thinks, and I agree, and most people who play online should probably agree, that Team Affinity vouchers should be available through the event path, the BR path, the ranked path. Maybe win like 3 ranked games, you get a voucher. There should be a variety of ways to achieve the same goals. And right now, so much of it is geared towards an offline grind. Some people might like that, some people might not. I always think it's better to have more options to do the same thing. So right now, if I could change one thing, it would be not to take away the offline grind. I want to make that clear. I don't want to take it away. I just don't like that it's truly the only viable and efficient option. I know you could take these cards into events and ranked, and then you'll get your dick kicked in. That, to me, is not viable or efficient. It is possible, but it is not viable or efficient. It might actually be a waste of time. So I just want viable options to achieve the same goals. So Zen, thank you for your question. I hope this sparks a good conversation. If you guys have opinions, let me know. Next question, Shane. Hi, Shane. How does SDS incentivize ranked more? We get all these awesome cards to use. We spend most of our time playing 3-inning games with them, which usually equals 1 at-bat for most of the lineup. How can they get more people to play ranked on a higher scale so we can use these cards? I think it's come time, in my opinion, to eliminate the structure of the current ranked ecosystem. Get rid of it. Start fresh. And to me, that is creating... I know everyone automatically goes, oh, weekend league. We should do weekend league. But it's kind of true. We should do some sort of, like, Thursday to Sunday or Friday to Sunday ranked or competitive system in which you play, like, 5 ranked regular season games or 6 regular season games. Your record then dictates what postseason scenario you have. And if you win the World Series, you get more cool cards. I think just keeping it fresh and giving people the ability to use these cards in actual meaningful ways would help this game a lot. I mean, in theory, you could run 2 quote-unquote tournament-style things a week. You could have a Monday through Thursday tournament for the people who are able to play Monday through Thursday, and then you could have a Friday through Sunday, which I imagine is where most people would participate. I don't know the structure of these things. I don't know how they work. I've never played Madden, so I don't know how to participate or figure those things out. But I think the current rank structure scares, or not scares, but is so intimidating to so many people because matchmaking is random and this and that. It actually creates a system in which fewer people are playing ranked. And that's bad. Introducing a new weekend-style format might actually be exactly what this game needs to breathe a little bit of life into online gameplay outside of events and BR. So, in my opinion, adding something like that is the way to go. Shane, thank you. Moving on, the Warner Bro. Question, what do you think the best wild card will be for Set 4? Well, let me show you. Let me show you. We have to, of course, change it to everybody because it's not just Set 4. Mickey Mantle is, of course, up there. A switch-hitting killer. He's not insanely expensive anymore. He's still not cheap, but he's also not going to make you go stub broke. Just a 5-tool legend. Basically perfect in center field. A killer. His drawbacks... There are a lot of good outfielders that theoretically you don't need to use a wild card on another one. There's Griffey, there's Bellinger, there's Acuna, there's Trout, there's Dylan Cruz, who doesn't really get a lot of run anymore, but he's very good. There are a lot of outfielders you can use. Then, of course, it goes without saying, I have to do this again now. Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones is excellent. He's incredible. He is a lot of people's favorite / best cards. I'm kind of bored of Chipper, even though he is a safety blanket for me, but he is an option. Another third baseman is David Wright. David Wright is great, a new legend, a lot of fun. Then you have a couple of quirky ones, in my opinion. Nope, not that one. Durability, Cal Ripken Jr. is certainly an option for a wild card. He is the best captain in terms of what he produces for your team. To use, to captain. I haven't seen him yet. Maybe people are bored of durability. I think maybe they're not. I think the Jimmy Rollins shortstop captain boost, because he's core, actually is more viable right now because you don't have to waste a wild card. You just have to use, put him at DH and then replace him. But Cal Ripken is an option. And then the last one that is incredibly viable, in my humble opinion, is... Where is he? Oh, it's because I have him here, maybe. I don't know where he is. I might not have him in my inventory, actually. It's Trevor Hoffman's captain boost. He makes relievers very prominent when they're pretty shitty right now. So Trevor Hoffman's possible. I actually use a wild card on Kenley Jensen. That's just my opinion. I don't think he's the best one, but that's just my opinion. So use those guys if you're trying to cycle some wild cards. Thank you, Warner, bro. Last question. I know we're running out of time. Frank, what's going on? I know most of the people who play MLB The Show are probably under 30. Hey, I am 30. But do you think the game is sufficiently mindful of baseball's history? So, yes and no. I love that they have legends that are from yesteryear, like even from the early 1900s. I think the lacking element there is that they don't do enough to be like, this is Hannes Wagner. He used to do this. He was known for this. His skills, if today his scouting report would have been this. His player comp would have been this. I think storylines this year, obviously it was created with the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum partnership and for that purpose. But imagine they expanded storylines to also include some of those type of legends. Hannes Wagner, Babe Ruth, and maybe Ty Cobb comes back, Rogers Hornsby. Like, I'm just naming older players that a lot of people wouldn't know about. I do think it's cool. The problem with storylines is that it takes so long for SDS to produce because it is a high-produced, fantastic product. So it takes them a lot of time. It would make it incredibly difficult to include other things that are not contractually obligated by the Negro League Baseball Museum. But yes, I tend to agree with you that I would love more of a history lesson. If you've already got kids plugged into a video game, teach them something while they're here. That's why storylines work so well. Bob Kendrick told us that when he appeared on the podcast. I just don't know how they do it necessarily, but I agree with you. That's going to do it for another edition of 10-Minute Mailbag. I hope you are able to spend this Monday off from work. It is a holiday. If you do have to work, I'm sorry. Make sure you take some time for yourself at some point. Use those vacation days. Use that sick time. Use that you time. Otherwise, I hope you guys kill this week. It's Monday. Let's get after it. Let's be productive. Let's be positive. Let's be great. That'll do it. Thank you guys for making it to the end. See you next time.